When we got to her, Mother had calmed down. By now, some people had flashlights so I could see that her witch hat was bent in the middle and hanging down over her face. She looked a little cross-eyed, especially up close, when she hugged me. "It isn't worms," she said. "At least it isn't all worms. I think it's some worms and a lot of cold spaghetti. I don't know how it all got into the boiling cauldron." "Boiling cauldron? Ha! Boiling with squirmy worms, anyway," she went on. "I only left for a minute to see if I could find you and Charlie, and when I came back, ugh, ugh." "I thought you were in charge of the mystery maze," I said. "Not after some cat showed up and all but tore the whole thing down, scratching and squalling and leaving its fur everywhere. And not even its own fur. Somebody had painted it black for Halloween, I guess." She leaned closer. "Goodness, I wish they would get the lights back on. I can't quite see who's with you." "Well," I said, "Howard's with me, and Luella, Boomer, and Maxine." "Not Charlie," Mother said, "or Cecil? Have you seen them? Him? It?" She was pretty upset, so I just said yes, which wasn't really a lie, because I had seen it, the lion costume. Then Mother said I should go get them, since I knew where they were. "They may not still be there," I said. "Oh, they won't go roaming around in the dark," she said, "especially not in a slip cover and a floor mop." "You don't know where they are," Luella said as we left. This was true, but I knew where the slip cover and the floor mop were, in the downstairs hall by the teacher's room, which is where we all went, leaving my mother to deal with her wormy spaghetti. By now our eyes had begun to adjust to the darkness, but even so, Joanne said, everything is too spooky. The halls to the teachers' rooms were more than spooky. It was deserted. "That's because there's nothing special set up here," Stuart said. "No haunted hall or monster's mansion, just the teachers' rooms." "I have never been in the teacher's room," he added. "What do they keep in there?" "Kids," I said, "according to Imogene Herdman. That was what Imogene told Charlie, that if kids went in the teacher's room, they never got out again. The teachers kept them in there." Imogene said, "with little bowls of water and old bologna sandwiches." "Come on," Stuart said. "What do they do in there?" asked Leroy. "Ask Leroy," Luella said. "According to him, they hang out, watch TV, drink beer, order in pizza. I don't know what they do. I've never been in there." "Me either," Albert said. "I never got invited." "Albert," I said, "nobody gets invited to the teacher's room. Sometimes you get sent there with a note for someone, but even then, they don't let you in." "I got sent there once in the 2nd grade," Maxine said, "with a note for Miss Campbell. I didn't even know who Miss Campbell was. I was so nervous I got a nosebleed. She stopped at the door. I'm not even sure I want to go in there now." I didn't know whether Maxine was scared, in case Imogene was right, and there was something in the teacher's room to be scared of, or whether she was just remembering her nosebleed and wondering if it would always happen when she went to the teacher's room. "There's just tables and chairs," Boomer reported from the inside of the room. "No TV or anything good. But there's somebody in here. His voice faded out, or down, or away. "Sounds like he fell in a hole," Luella said. Then I remembered what Alice had told me about the teacher's room. I think he did. As usual, Alice was right. There was a hole in the floor, and Boomer was at the bottom of the hole, along with Danny and Junior and a lot of 1st grade kids. And Charlie's here. "We're in the boiler room," Cecil chimed in, "but we took off our costume before we slid down and left it." "Slid down?" Suddenly the lights came on again, and we could see the hole. Inside it, the missing kindergarten slide, and down at the bottom. "What's down there?" Albert said. "It looks like—" "Candy!" Charlie whooped. "Halloween candy. The whole boiler room is full of Halloween candy. I think it's—" He was so excited he was stuttering. "I think it's all the candy in the world."